Hi everybody, it's Lace. Well, it's Jet, and I'm outside our newest inn here in Diamond Fields, and it's well, we went with a Western theme, and it's the craftable version of an inn that you can make in game, and I really like it a heck of a lot. When I first made it, I put it up and I was like, wow, that kind of looks Western. And then I just got off on this whole Westworld tangent because, obviously it started back up and stuff. And our old one was the Viking one. And it's, laid out as a normal inn, just kind of a, common gathering place and stuff. But I kind of went all out on this one, trying to decorate it up as cowboyish and Western as I could and stuff. And you can see that by the cactuses. Um, on the side here, we've got these tombstones laid out and stuff that we're going to let folks put what they want on their tombstone, like that old commercial. Kind of did that at Halloween too. What do you want on your tombstone? But instead of things, about whatever limericks that we were doing at Halloween, we'll let you put whatever you kind of want on there and stuff. And right now there's a tiny bug where we can't write on the signs, but once that gets fixed, we'll do that up with the in rooms and stuff. Because also over each in room there's a sign. When you rent the door, I put whatever message you want on there. And then of course in R53 we got these great cow rugs. Favorite thing in the world. I love the cow rug so much. I would just do the whole floor in cow rugs if I could. But because it's an in room and we have 3 floors in each room, or each floor has 5 rooms, that's 15 rooms. And based on our deco limits that we set up, I only have 175 items I can personally place to give this place a theme and color and a feel on the interior side. So it was quite a challenge to only use 175 items to decorate a space so that everybody could have rooms and have their own stuff. And we used a lot of the new rugs and everything, and we've got like a little place to check your weapons because at a lot of bars and saloons they would make you check your weapons. But we also have a little hat check, okay, just a little RP experience going on in here. The in rules are on a piece of paper, and I do hand that out to each free tenant and stuff. And then you can get your picture taken with the meanest grizzly bear west of Brittany. Oh, that's a heck of a mean bear. He's big. And again, we'll get a little sign up. We did put a bank vault in there and stuff, just kind of like an old west. Doesn't look old westy, but an old safe. We did get a copper bathtub because if you've watched any westerns, they usually had like these copper bathtubs. So there we go, copper bathtub. Splurged a little on that, and even put in indoor plumbing. Oh my God! Yes, the other one has let's just say some buckets and stools in the other end. I could possibly see a mass migration of everybody running to this end from the other one. But no, please don't do that. Please just let new people move in here. We'll come up with a theme for yours, okay? Don't move out and move into this one. That's just a lot of work for me, please. So Old West, so we got our little ant farm there because that's kind of westernish. Once we get this sign fixed up, it's basically, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to spoil it for you. We have these shackles here, and there's a prison sign over the bathroom. If you are unsanitary in the bathroom, as in do not flush our fancy newfangled toilet in there, I will be very upset. I'm just saying. Again, you've got your music, so you can play some stuff. If you're entertaining friends, you have a place to entertain besides your room and everything. And instead of pole dancers, that's right, we have saddle dancers. Oops, I missed. Yeah, that probably happens after a couple beers. Anyhow, so I hope you find this a fun space, and if you want to use it for an event, if you're gonna have a hoedown, hey, let me know, and we'll see what we can do to make it even fancier or anything like that. More Western. I think it's pretty darn Western now. And we get those great rusty things, and I'm starting to collect a few of those. I have a little more deco leniency on the exterior than the interior because, nobody rents the outside and stuff. Well, if you haven't been in an in-room, well, again, like I said, I mark each floor with something unique on it so that when you're running upstairs, you know which floor you live on. Obviously, this is our prospecting floor, quote unquote, and there's 5 rooms. The way these in rooms work, and this is no matter the model, usually the ones in the front have the best view of the front, but people sometimes don't really care about that and want one with no windows or as few windows. I don't know what they're doing in there, but they seem to do that over having a view. Uh, so that's just something to keep in mind. The second one, we've got the electrified tomahawk. And again, we're using just kind of, looks like an old horse blanket or something there. We've got our ornate rugs kind of go with all the wood. Again, look how beautiful this is. This is crafted. You do not have to get this from the add-on store. I hear a lot of people complain on the forums. This is crafted, and it's just freaking gorgeous, I think. Um, One of the things, of course, like I said, we put signs over everybody's door so they can have a label. We don't use numbers because that just gets out of hand, and plus takes up too many deco slots. So we just put the little sign there, and you can put whatever you want. And then we go to the top floor, and it is the deer skin, the bow and the deer skin thing, and a little seating area. Nice little black leather stuff there. And again, pretty much the same as the other floors. Just the third floor has this little tiny landing and stuff. As with all the ends that we have here, and again, we had to open this one because the other one was only had one room left, so we're just getting this one prepared. As with all of them, there are amenities for any of the residents of Diamond Fields. That includes use of a co-op vendor, use of a common farmland, and when we set this up, if we really get that many residents and we fill this one, guess what? We'll put in a third inn. There is room for a third inn. For now, that's just going to kind of lie fallow. When I talk about the amenities and stuff, it is on the brochure that was inside there. We do have all the devotionals and stuff here. We are sub-POT, so we're not under siege like other ones. And we can afford to have all these nice devotionals because we're not going to be under siege. And then if you just come into the town, there is a new flyer for the new inn. Can't see it because I got my thingy off, but there we go. There's a brochure for the whole town with all the different amenities that you can grab or read, and then there's the new Western Inn that just opened and the flyer for that, which is what we were just looking at. So again, it's free rental for stuff, and since we're near the Elysium mines and stuff, we get a lot of miners that hang their hat here. That sounded Western, didn't it? But yeah, we get a lot of miners that hang their hat here, and I really had a blast decorating this. So any of you people that like to decorate, if you had more than 175 slots, I'm sure you could do even better job. But again, I had to limit it. So I was like, damn, now I want a freaking Western house of my own just to do all themed up like that and stuff. So next, moving on, let's see, I had one more thing to cover inside, and yeah, I'm going to get into that. It's another segment that I shot actually separately, so it's not going to segue very well, but it's coming up next. So if you're a fan of Westworld like me, that's of course why this was inspired, like I've said. But I had to put together a little band group here. So we've got prospectors because that fits. We've had some Indian types, and while this is the Clan of the Bear stuff, it's as close as I could get to Indian. And then of course we've got the guy in black. I can't think of his name. I know his real name is like Rodrigo something. The actor that plays him, but he's got that great black leather shirt and that great tooled cowboy hat. So that's the best way I could do him. And again, the music that Ramin Djawadi did for this, he's a Game of Thrones guy too. I really love this composer. I'm a real big fan of Bear McCreary, but I really am liking this guy too. He did a version of the Rolling Stones' Paint It Black it was in the very first episode of Westworld, way on back, and it was when they were doing the bank robbing scene. And of course, we've got our little bank vault over here as a nod to that, as well as everything else in here that's decorated out. A lot of it was inspired by Westworld, so there's some little, I guess, Easter eggs or whatever. But of course, the music, the piece of music that was used for that in the adaptation, I was just like, oh my God, it's beautiful. I was just listening to the music so intensely and watching how it just worked with that whole scene and things, and I was really captivated by it. So much so that, of course, I've gone out and found the sheet music for it and then converted it for the game. anyway, that's enough for the Westworld song, I guess. It'll play pretty well on a lute. The lute, the accordion, the street organ, the piano. The piano can be a little overpowering, just because the way the song is. But it's a really great piece of music. And if you rent an in-room here, which is free, again, I will give you a piece of the sheet music because I really think it's just beautiful. And try to watch Westworld. Season 2 is on now. We've only gone through 2 episodes, so it's not too late to catch up. I know this sounds like an ad for Westworld, but it's not. It really inspired me to do a Western Inn. And because the design of this house, from crafting it, I was like, it felt Western to me. So that's why I've gone kind of all out on the theme and stuff. With all that said, take care, everybody. Happy hunting and be safe. And think about living in our little Western themed inn in Diamond Fields if you don't have a place already to live and call home. It's free.